I just stepped in something that slid underneath my foot. I don't think I want to know. There are cattle in this country. At least I hope it was cattle. I got a whole nother story about that. So checking in here. I get up in here. I'll give you a few of my tips and hints for whatever good it'll do you. I mean, you can learn from my mistakes, or maybe find something about it that actually works for you too. One of the key things is that you want to be, I don't know, you get a lot of people talk differently about where to set up your camera, okay, or where to hunt, for that matter. Now I'm about a half mile from any 2-track road. That seems to me to be kind of a sweet spot, you know, and it's the 2-tracker. It's about a half mile away. It dead ends. Okay, so there's no making a loop out of it or any of that. You know, some people say, well, it really doesn't matter much. You're that much in there. And part of that's true. I mean, I know guys, honest to God, I know some guys that set up bar stools in the back of the truck and they just go road hunting. And those guys killed some bucks. Oh, elk, deer, you know. They'd jump them up, and then they'd bail out and put a stock on them. Give them 10 or 15 minutes, calm down a little bit, make them feel like they're not being chased, and put a stock on them. Myself, I like this camera stuff, okay, because it's like Christmas morning. You get in here, you pick a spot, you look at maps, and all that stuff. You can do some homework. I mean, if the weather's crappy, or it's winter, or you're hunting out of state, you're gonna hunt somewhere new, you can do some homework. Do some homework that you're actually, you know what, I look at it like this. Okay, you don't change your hot water heater without mentally looking at it, figuring out the parts you need, and all of that. Well, why would you hunt any different? Google Earth, a variety of topo maps that are online, and you actually scout an area out, looking for what you'd like to do, and hunt in your mind before you actually go out there and break sweat. Okay? Then when you get out there, you keep the surprises to a minimum. And if you're like me, there's always a surprise. I try to load everything I think I possibly could use, and I still forget something every time. So anyway, if you do the preliminary stuff, you know, get it all worked out in your head, then you're less apt to be surprised when you get there. You kind of know what to expect. I just stepped in something that slid underneath my foot. I don't think I want to know. There are cattle in this country. At least I hope it was cattle. I got a whole nother story about that. Anyway, where'd you go? There you are. I lost you for a minute. So anyway, yeah, pre-hunt, do your homework. Ooh, this is wet. Good. Also, a couple other quick points before I shut it off before I get in here. Don't put your tank on the water. If you've ever been in there, you go into a tank, and there's 12 cameras on that tank. Well, now you just got your picture taken by everybody else. Not to mention, you set up a tree stand or a blind or something like that, you're either going to be walking in on somebody or somebody's going to walk in on you. Look at the topos. Look for saddles. Game will use saddles. Because they're not much different than us. There's an easy way. They're going to go that way. If they can avoid pressure, that's great. But if they can use little saddles in the terrain, they're going to use them. Why would they go clean up over the top of something when they can kind of go around it? So look for water, tanks, springs, feeding areas, little meadows. They run on those edges. And if you're going to set up a salt or a stand or something, get in there and look and see which way they're running. Or you can do that off a towboat, kind of. Yes, okay, there's a saddle over here. There's a north side bench over here. So they're probably going to bed on that north side bench, come up through the saddle, head over to water, and pick a spot that's, I don't know, 700, 800, whatever you're comfortable with, yards away from that tank on that travel route. And that's where you set up. Okay? Mind the sun. When you set up a camera, the sun comes up in the east, sets in the west. Everybody knows that. But what a lot of people don't know is that it's a little bit to the south. It's not straight up and down. It is in the United States. It's a little bit to the south. Okay, so if you set up your camera to where the edge of that sun is going to catch the lens early morning, well, then your camera ain't worth a shit in the morning. Same thing in the evening. Okay? And as far as the public land part of that, I had a lot of friends that have had cameras stolen. I've had a couple messed with. Okay? Since then, what I do is I'll take in a climbing stick or something that gets me up off the ground. I like putting my cameras at least 8 feet off the ground. I always start off the year with the cameras up high, but like right now, that thing's probably 6.5 feet off the ground because I do this all the time in here. And I also have a second camera watching the first one. So that's a good idea too. This is the one that I did have messed with. I was wishing like hell I'd had another camera set up. And I know some local boys did that. I'd like to go have a talk with their daddy. But anyway, so I'm about to go into this, so I'm going to cut it right here. And then I'll either pick it up now or I'll make another video out of it. Whichever. So until then, be careful, be safe. Watch out for each other, and remember, keep doing what you love, even if you suck at it.